Hello there, Father. Welcome back to the channel here, and I'm back with these two of their WWE scripted themed games with a 1 hour minimum. So it's probably going to take me forever. I just got 3, but yeah, we'll probably be here for days. It's Attack and SY here in the Purple Rebel Alliance, and Attack here in the Grey Republic. And the map is a map. It's got these little paths all the way through. You could wall them, stall your opponent out. It's kind of a short distance to sort of compensate, I suppose. There's a lot of elevation. So if the troops do collide in the centre, that's going to come into play a lot with the buff that provides. You know, they're taking 25% less damage, doing 25% more damage, etc. Something like that. And we got due back some nerfs. Is there a second due back? That would be, yeah, there is. So a decent amount of food, but as always with a lot of these expanding fronts maps, the food starts is very mounty centric, and this is no different. Don't know if is he see that one, or is he just getting a Cupa as well? It's early. Yeah, probably while it's early, but you don't really need to go and scout your opponent so quickly. You can lure these Cupas here with a scout. He's having a bit of a nightmare with this one though, it's not listening to his rules. There we go. Now these things in Age of Empires are pretty fickle and will reset very quickly. But RV did tell me that he's toned it down a bit to make it sort of compensate, because we play on like fast game speed and stuff. So that kind of Age of Empire rules to those in fast game speed, they would probably just keep running away from us. But with the reset period toned down, they're pretty manageable with the scout. You don't have to like perma babysit them, but it works, and you can just push them round and save yourself some carbon rather than having to get those food processors. That way you can get your food processor a bit later in a more advantageous spot, so you could maybe farm towards your carbon or something like that. But here we've got some berries which we're probably going to go and grab. Let's see, food process right on time there. No carbon yet though. I think with 2 dewbacks and some Cupas, maybe should have gotten the carbon set up first. Interesting build. You can see SY is a bit more on the money here. Got the carbon set up. But 9 nerfs, 2 dewbacks, I should get them pretty close to T2. I think maybe the berries will just sort of clinch it. Oh, he's still not gotten this dewback though. Has he like missed this? No, he does see it. It's on his vision. So he should be getting stuck into that one. A little bit to go and lure it before they run out. But we don't see any troop centres or anything like that. And I mean, with what I've seen between these two before as well, I kind of expect them to just go T3. T3, build a fort, no units, and hide. Or build 2 of every unit. That's something we would see as well. And this one didn't really get lured at all. I don't think maybe Attack's even bothered doing that with his scout. But look at his scouting. What really found his opponent? I'm not sure what he's looking for. He's certainly looking for something. Is it holocrons maybe? It's Republic. There's a dewback right here that he's not got. Is he going to miss this? We can see it. Like, they can both see them. Oh dear. Why do these things always happen? Like, it's ridiculous that one player, like, can see, you know, a hunt and misses it. But for 2. That's why I do feel these are... Oh, look at these guys. They are this is actually, like, malicious hiding from these Cupas, because, like, look at that. I assume that their pathfinding's like been broken or something. Like these two are trying to run back, but this guy's trying to get in here or something like that. I'm sure that's probably the explanation, but yeah. Or they're all trying to get to one place and can't. And then they can't run back and reset. I do see them move now and again. I'd like to believe though that they're just maliciously hiding from attack here. Not that they need to, because even if he can see you, he won't grab you anyway. Yeah, well hidden, like. Scout being annoying here for SY. You can see the light walls. We did talk about it'd be kind of easy in these sort of tree clusters to get some walling done. And these overpowered light walls that cost like 2 carbon. And in my testing take like 20 seconds for like 8 troopers to kill. OP. Oh, he dropped the tree. He dropped the TC. We did see that a little bit actually when we were there earlier. So this is a disaster for attack right now because the Mounty's coming in. He's been trying to wall. He's trying to drop a troop center now though. She will get up, but he needs to get the power core as well. Doesn't quite have the carbon for it yet. He's going to drop the turret. Turret's not a bad shout. It's going to be in range of the command center, so the command center can guarantee the turret, and then the turret can guarantee like maybe building a power core, and just, you know, it's a closer point to garrison weak workers too, and just to kite them to, like run away from the Mounties towards. It limits the area that they can be abusive. See, he does garrison there, but not garrisoning the weak workers. So I think he's lost 1 or 2 now. He'll lose a 3rd, a 4th. Oof. It's too many workers to be losing when you're on 1 command center. Not when it's completely preventable like this. And he has no means of recourse right now, no way to counterattack or put pressure back on SY. And SY is just continuing the aggression here. And he's going to have to go and get a 2nd turret, really? I don't know if he needed the 2nd turret right away here. See, there's a couple of troopers, but it's not really a lot coming his way. If you look at the worker count, 19 here to 23. So that 4 worker lead there for SY. Troops are coming in. Dropping some farms. Pretty ambitious walking out of his base like this with his troops when he hasn't got range or anything yet. These guys do have range. They're going to trade quite well here. Oh, damage has been split. Oh, but he runs. There's 2 more come in with the range. And SY is going to be feeling pretty comfortable right now. He's not really had to do too much work. He's still eating this Jew back. He's still not eating this. And these guys are still hiding. It's tilting. Eat your food. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your Jewback meat, you know? Or your Cupas. And then he comes here, hitting the farms. Good way to stay ahead. Cost attack 50 carbon here. Oh, doesn't quite finish it. He could take the trade though. Should finish it off. And when you do stuff like this, it's pretty much like a natural point that you get with rushing when carbon's pretty well defended. The workers tend to be well defended if you garrison them in time. So what you can do is always hit the farms. And that way you know your opponent's not getting that. You're denying that farm, they can't mine from it. You're slowing down their food income. And then in that sense you're pushing them further and further away from the goal, which would be getting up to tech level 3, right? And getting those stronger units out in the field. Those strike mechs, those fighters from the airbase. So you can see, just all he has to do is wander around, and this is like guaranteed damage, right? He doesn't need to overcommit either. You know, he basically lose nothing with the troopers. And looks like he's maybe going to go for a trade here. He's still building troopers, but it looks like there's been some lapses in the production, because honestly, he should probably have another control group about this size here right now. So he's been doing other things at home, or just too tunneled on the micro there. Maybe just fixing the economy, getting some eco upgrades, something like that. But attack's still, you know, super far behind here. And attack's pretty vulnerable as carbon, to be honest. Because he's not finished it. He didn't wall this out, and he should really be anxious to wall this out. Because his turrets do not cover his carbon. Only one partially does. So if you walked like a group of 8 in there, you could actually get quite a lot of worker kills. And it looks like he's going to do that. See, SY, we've seen throughout the series, he's quite good at maybe coordinating little distractions. So doing a little bit of multi-prong pressure. And he comes in here, he's just not quite on the money with his micro. You know, he's moving into very unambitious spots when what he should have really been doing there is chasing these workers. Like, actively chasing them. Even into this group of troopers. Because he could have killed so many of them. And it would be absolutely worth it for him. Now, what he could be doing right here as well is these new troopers could be on the farms, right? But still, like, eat your there's no way you haven't seen it now. Eat it. Eat the Dewback. It's still worth it. It's 340 food. It's huge. That's like an entire farm. And then he comes. Kill the farms. SY, thinking about going T3, but you can see attack here is just hovering about 300 foot. If he ate the Dewback though, he'd be kind of closer. Because someone else hasn't eaten his. So that would really help if you wanted to get up to T3. The SY can back off now, you can see he's hitting that. His resource counts, he's got his 2 buildings, he's got spaceport, so he definitely has the Nova. He's got a few workers on the Nova now. He's doing a little bit of garrisoning. And there he goes. 800. Push the button. Come on. Come on. There you go. Well done. Oh, what a hero. He's eating the Dewback. I'm so happy. And, oh, he's colliding here on the hill, but these guys have got a little bit of elevation on these guys, and some of them are walking down the bottom of here. Either way, SY absolutely had the numbers in that collision there, and it's looking pretty bleak here for attack. You know, he's been under duress all game, he's just thrown away his troopers, he's definitely not on the way to T3, right? Oh my god, he's got no food. He doesn't even have 100 surplus right now. He's only got 1 worker queued up. He's trapped in T2. Does have a lot of carbon workers, but just not enough farmers. He's got a lot of... This is really safe space for him to build farms as well. Super safe. I think I'm going to try and sneak out on the map. He's trying to be big brain here. Deleting his wall and moving out to the edges so he can sneak in and do some damage to SY. The SY should be 3/4 of the way. Almost, not even more than that. He was 4/5. He was 7/10 or something. I don't know. He's very close. There he is. He's T3 now. So what's he going to do? Double airbase. Triple. Is it probably going to be triple airbase? He likes to do that. Oh, he's not on the money though. Not paying attention. You can see that coming from a mile away. That's why you see it ahead of time. You move your workers out of the way. And you move them to a more favourable angle for building. But only double airbase so far. And collision here in the centre. Attack's going to get the upper hand on this one. Both got the war centre upgrades, but I think there's maybe a better angle there for attack. And you know, he's like, oh yeah, I've won this trade, but going to be a lot of fighters coming his way. Jedi Temple, okay, interesting. That is peak laziness. Holy. That's like a back in the day dial-up move. Because you can't lure it. Your internet provider will not allow you to. So the fighters are out on the map, and it looks like they're actually scouting here for holocrons. SY just trying to, because they're fast moving, fly over the terrain, so they're just trying to scout out the map and see where those holocrons are before he puts the pressure on, which is technically giving attack a lot of leeway to get back in the game here. And I don't even know if he's actually really taken advantage of it. He's only built 4 anti-air troopers. Look at how many points of... So there's basically 4 angles here that you can harass this base, and he's got 1 AA trooper basically to designate to each point. I think he might need a bit more. And knowing SY, if he's played games with him, I mean we've covered 6. There we go, he's building a few more. Like in a lot of those, he goes triple airbase as well. Like you should fully expect this, and even sees them now hitting the prefab shelters. He's starting to really pump out those anti-air troopers because he's going to need them. He's going to need like 5 to each angle or something, maybe more. It's just harsh. Like when you're this far in T2, like behind in this T2, you just gotta like go hard T2, right? You make sure you've got like all the counters you need. You build multiple turrets and stuff, and you focus on protecting your eco as you can. And then after a little while, you know, you can tech up. You try to cut corners, you probably just get caught, pinned by the fighters, and then bombed with a bomber. He's chasing him around, but as you can see, you can just go around in laps. These guys need a turret to hide into when he comes to this bit. So really, if he comes to the command center, you should just garrison. There should be a turret here, you just garrison, and then your AA troopers sit in between these 2 points and sort of walk back and forth. Attacks on his way to T3 now. He's in a goodish spot, I think. He didn't lose too much to that, surprisingly. I think that's more to SY's mercy though, because he wanted to go and scout the map. SY's maybe just playing for the long game here. Got one lad marching back with the holocron. Probably a good move for him to do this. Try and deny the holos from the Republic player. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where they all are. Is that one there? Is this map like got no holos or something? This is normal. What is this map? I don't see any more, right? I feel like there's one here, but it could just, there are like things that you could place on the scenario that, ugh. He's dying. I don't think there's like more than like 2 holos on this map. It's weird. I don't know what the reasoning for that is, unless it's intentional. Yeah, I don't think there's a holo here. I think it's just this thing in the scenario editor. It just puts a white icon on the minimap that looks like a holocron. And again, having all these angles, trying to build an anti-air turret there, but SY keeping him pinned completely. He has T3 though. Try and get his own airbase up. It has upgraded the anti-air troopers, but again, really struggling to push these fighters away, and you see he's stutter stepping. Even in a 1v1, the Latin American players can stutter step their air back and forth. No problem. Oof, straight into the anti-air turret though. That's a bad time. 2. I think there's a 3rd, quite low. A lot of them are on like 1 health. Yeah, but sentry posts, we've seen that a lot out of SY in these series as well. So yeah, this is weird. I guess it's intentional, or it's either that or a bug, I guess. I don't know. Someone will tell me in the comments. Someone from EF will be sure to let me know. Yeah, I guess SY was probably feeling a little bit hurt, because look at how much is, look at his fog of war. He's pretty much explored the whole map, and he's like, what? You're probably going to get gaslit by that as well, and keep going around these little patches, be like, where? They must be hidden in these little bits. There's no way attack has them, right? So 3 CCs here, bunch of air, both air civs, certainly got T4 air as a concept going for them. I mean, if I get the workers here, it's 54 twice, it's literally 50% more, or 100% more, rather. He's got double his workers. Bad times. So this is sort of a fork in the road period where kind of can go T4. SY though, he's overcommitted. Like, he's gone up to 5 command centers. You only really need about 3, I think, at this period, and then you can research center tech. In this instance, you can use the fort as a building to tech up. It's like if you're not an air civ, this is kind of the period where you go and you build a forward, right? And you start applying like artillery pressure to your opponent, or you camp there and you bring your strike mechs, etc. But you have some sort of pressure, lock your opponent in. If you're the air civs, you can go up to T4, and then you could just, you know, run around their base with T4 air, kill their workers, and then do like the forward thing after that. Or go into bombers, depending how far ahead you are. But SY... It's got so much Nova as well. This must be one powerful holocron. But no workers of Nova right now. Oh, there he is. Couple. But yeah, you could definitely tack up and just end the game. I'm going for a super boom, I guess. Up to 75 workers now. Is it going to be 30? Yeah, 34. This is just not a good spot to be in. Absolutely trapped. And still on one command center as well. You can afford, like, more. I feel like he's trying to, like, desperate T4 here. Look how many workers he's put on Nova. I'm surprised that's why I never got this. This is bold. That's why I definitely sees this coming. Got the sentry posts in position. A lot of fighters, it's just going for one do or die, attack or die moment. I mean, SY's got the fortress, we've got the mech factory here, should be on his way to T4, yeah. Third of the way there. A troopers running way ahead of the troopers here. Gonna build another fortress. Really respecting this trooper push. The double fortress. Maybe could have been a little bit more defensive with it though and built it around here. Stop him walking round. Attack's gonna get into this situation, but I mean, like, this is just like one quadrant. Oh, SY's eco. He's still got so much up here. I don't think he's going to be feeling too worried about this. Mech factories are probably just unnecessary. Like, the best counter out of this is just air. Your own air. I don't think he needs to take the trade. He's just about to hit T4. It's kind of a bad move. You're kind of letting attack get a lot of damage here that he just shouldn't. I mean, one turret here and he'd be fine. And he didn't need to take the trade. He could have just let him come up and see the turret and then he'd have to back off. And then he could focus on his air upgrades. Now he's going to have to rebuild his air and get the upgrades. And a couple of strike mechs are going to completely... And a few even heavy troopers here. That's the end of that. And the air won't be able to stop the strike mechs. Can kill the troopers, but the strike mechs got too much armor. And the air's got like no bonus damage, I suppose. So out he goes. He certainly did a little bit though, but his opponent is still tech level 4. He is not. And right now it's just the calm before the storm. 4th and 5th airbase being slammed down. He's going up here, trying to catch more workers. SY still letting him do this as well. He's got 4 fighters he can slam out here. I don't think they're fast fighters actually, I think they're just fighters with shields. There's a couple up here. Oh, they are fast fighters. And they're waiting for him. And they die so quickly, right? Oh, not even one kill. And now the strike mechs that he's built up to defend their attack. Pretty vulnerable to that, considering he doesn't have a mech factory. Did start T4. He is crawling up there. His only last, like, thing he could even do in this scenario is, like, try and get some masters out. And, like, just use the cost efficiency of them. Problem is, his opponent's got 2 fortresses, so it wouldn't be too hard to get some bounty hunters out. Especially with them having their price toned down now and EF to like 100, which is much more reasonable than the old 150, 150. Relying on the bombers here, which are pretty temperamental when the fighters come. We can see them coming across now. It's getting some interceptors out here, which would do okay to maybe like snipe them. See that range at play? Yeah, it's 6 range. Again, still, what else can you do here? I think the masters are kind of just something he needs as well. All this does is like keep him alive for like a moment longer, but he's got nothing to grow into. There's no like second, like, this is a fortress. 1 command center. No hollows you can get and rely on. This Republic. You could get like his nursery upgrades if you could afford them, but you probably can't. Not in this economy. And SY can just keep going around. And interesting to see what SY decides to do to finish up the game, but yeah, will he have to really? His opponent should really probably just quit. Especially when he loses his air like that. That's a problem with the interceptors, and they don't have shields. Like the fighters are just as much as of a counter if there's enough of them, and you can get into range. And GG called there. Right, I'm not waiting for this. Like I GG but no leave. There we go. Go in the second game. Islands. Sort of like the team islands kind of islands. Interesting. Have these like been toned down in 1v1s and I just don't know about it? Like, no, there's 4. There's 5, right? There must be another one. This is gonna annoy me. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can see the 5th hologram, please leave a comment down below. Because I can't. Is that 5? 3? Yes, okay, right. 5. There's still 5. Right, okay. Sidetracked. Attack, grey, like orange Confederacy. And SY here almost blended into the map with the green Zan Consortium. And I don't think either are actually a boat civ. Nope. So, yeah, interesting. That's kind of cool that they're actually not both boat civ, or one is a boat civ, because that's kind of imba. You definitely want to play the water here, because you're just safe, right? You can go early shipyard. Question is, what kind of build do you do here? There's a full ump, so obviously you get tucked into the full ump first, and then you can scout lure the blue frogs, and then maybe just get like a lot of workers onto carbon, and then get the shipyard slammed down. And during that little bit of a lull, you can maybe like long distance the berries, and then start getting the trawlers out. There's a lot of the blue frogs though. I think you could lure a lot of them. I think you could keep yourself going there without having to like throw carbon into anything else. Oh, there's a nursery as well, so that helps. So you've already blown the carbon on that. 8 is good as well, so yeah, you definitely get stuck into the shipyards as soon as possible. Earlier you probably just do 2. What could potentially be quite nice is one here with the power core, power droid over, and then you make like 2 offensive ones, and you make some ships from those as well. And then you use those to, like as a front, right? You pretend that that's Yuriko. But it's also easier for you to get around, because look how far you'll have to go and harass your opponent on the water. Yeah, that's why I'm not really doing any sort of frog luring today. He has eaten his full ump though. Attack getting stuck into these over here. Surprised though, because it's like at this point there's like nothing for your scout to do. So scout luring the hunt is like the best time for you. You know, you don't need to go scout your opponent. You don't need to see the mounties that are coming your way. So it's a rare opportunity to just play super conservative with your carbon and then get it all stuck into the water invested. It looks like attack's not quite sure that this is an island yet. In terms of the hollows, it's a little bit unethical because SY has 3 on his island. Attack's got 1 and then the other one's over here. Which he would probably see if he was fishing over on this side, but he's built the shipyard forward facing. Now this can be a little bit of a disaster if your opponent like plays for this kind of like early aggression, like really quickly, and they catch you at the front because it doesn't take them long to rally all their military units to you. Like you could rely on the length it takes to get round, just to be greedier. Because you could technically play like triple shipyard here, defensive. And then maybe by the time you actually get up to T2 and they get round, you're able to just pump out some frigates and defend. There'll be an opportunity here for SY as well if he wants. Oh, he's going to drop his shipyard. Right, can he see? No, he can't. Well, that's interesting that they've both decided to just forward face it. I think it's both a little bit naive on both their parts. But what this opens up is dropping turrets. There's a surprisingly wide like river bit here. I don't think a lot of the vanilla maps would make something that wide, which is it's interesting because that's what's created this situation where they can't see one another. So SY is straight up to T2. And attack not quite hit the button yet. So you could have a situation here where SY puts out his trawler, sees all these ships, and then just makes a frigate right away. But I'd be interested to see if anyone drops the turret. Because the turret will be super valuable here. And if they both drop a turret, it's SY. Yep, straight into a frigate there. SY does need to like do something about this because he's not built any ships. Like he's got no shipping, no fishing eco. He's getting housed with his second frigate. So it's kind of how much damage can these guys tank before attack gets to T2. It's not going to take him long though. I don't know if he's trying to like send these workers over to repair something or if he's just planning to build a turret right away. I could see him going for a turret. I think he would like turrets in this situation. I think he's a big turret fan. Turret and boat fan. So we should see these guys slam a turret. And SY just very slow to get that like second. He's not even, there he goes. Oh, he could deny the turret. Ah, but he's gonna have to trade when these start popping out one at a time. Oh, he's messed it up. See, if he was playing a little bit more on point here, you'd have 3, potentially 4 now frigates, and then he could almost one tap these guys, and then he'd be able to deny the turret. But he got housed a bit there, and he got a little bit sleepy. And attacks sort of pulled through now. He's got his defensive turret, and he's got his frigates here finding an angle. I don't even know if he really needs to overcommit too much on boats here. But I don't think neither's got like a great fishing eco right now, so let's see what comes out of this. God, SY is having a bit of a nap here, like 3 idle workers at the command center. Don't really have any other food income set up. They're both heavily subsidized by those animal nurseries. Attack looking for more and more angles. Early War Centre in range would be great in this situation for both players here, because it benefits the frigates, it benefits the turrets. And it's just not worth for SY to do this. And I think after he's lost it, he just doesn't invest anymore. It's actually a shame he built the second shipyard. If he just dropped his farms and stuff much earlier, he'd be on his way to T3 right now, and attack would be like stun locked right now. Because I think attack's going to reach quicker just because he's had that little bit of extra income for a while to build up that bank. He's also not building any workers at all, is he? So the worker counts are actually kind of even. We should see attack on the way to T3 now. So the corners cut are going to pay off. And SY just a little bit stranded, and he's just not, he doesn't seem convinced he needs lots of farms here. It could be pretty bad for him if there's like 2 air bases slammed here for attack and they come his way. And he's got a big carbon bank as well. These berries he could be getting stuck into a little bit. So SY, undeterred by everything that's happened up to this point, is still making frigates. And trying to challenge this position. Attack's got quite a few more here. He doesn't have the range though, so he's missing the +1 damage, +1 range that you get from that range upgrade. So it's definitely in SY's favour just now, but attack's going to have access to air and, importantly, the frigate upgrade. So the LT frigates, they become frigates. And they'll be a little bit stronger. You can see it's starting to get researched there. You know, he had his option of the one that's got 700 health and the one that's got 1800 health, and he's gone for the 700 health. And now he has to keep running workers back to repair it. Because it's getting focused down here. And it's going to get denied if he doesn't. It's going to get denied. It's going to get denied. Unless he like takes a trade right away. No, it's just going to... Oh, just in time. Just in time. A few of these guys have been lazy, hitting the mech destroyer instead. And now with frigates, you can see a lot stronger. It looks like he's gotten that range upgrade as well. So I got 10 more health, like 1 more base damage. Better armor as well, I think. Overall, just stronger. Oh, they got 1 more range as well. They're super good. It's night and day difference, that upgrade. And the fighter's out on the field now as well. Could follow this up with maybe a bomber. There's no... Well, there's a troop center building a couple of anti-air troopers here, and he does hit T3 now, but, you know, attack's completely got control of the water here. Which means his fishing is now safe, and there's a lot he can do. Attack is just in his element here, being able to build boats. Because we've seen him build them on maps where you just shouldn't really be building them at all. But here, definitely you can make boats. All the boats you want. It's only partially griefing. So, yeah, I think a bit of a mess up here for SY. He's had to go in a heavy weapons factory to defend himself, make some AA mobiles. He really could have just played a better game here, though. I think with what the map's given him, he sees all 3 hollows, so he could have grabbed those up. Could have just went 1 shipyard. Jedi Temple, bunch of farms earlier. Grabbed up the hollows. You could have 3 hollows taken away. You could be abusing a spaceport with that. Just trading that Nova for resources he needs and then using that to get the edge. Just to take over this matchup against attack here. We're not seeing much out of attack though. There's so much carbon. Like, it could be, you know, triple air base here, and you could absolutely sustain it. He's got the boats. Boats are back now, bringing home the fish. The fish from the deep, the medium fish. And so we're going around there, but he's given a SY plenty of time to get that A-mobile out. But you can't really imagine that this is a good spot for him. Looking around, trying to build another 2 shipyards. He just keeps trying to get back on the water. It's a problem when you lose the water, you lost the water. It's so much harder to get on. And this is just not good. The A-mobile is so slow to move around, and it's actually going to get shot at by the frigates. See, Attack's just loving these opportunities where he can use his boats in synergy with something else. These are the kind of maps and games he wants to play. And these trawlers are just getting spawn camped here. And, you know, the final nail in the coffin you could go for here is just like 5 strike mechs. You know, you already get those range upgrades anyway for your frigates. Just land them. You know, chances are there's not even a mech factory. And we actually know he has one, right? Because he made a mech destroyer, so. Take advantage of the fact that you control the water here. Build the transport. Shimmy them across. And you could even with that as well, like Attack could, to be honest, like just buy 100 ore, drop some workers behind it, and just get a fortress over somewhere, and use them, use all his units combined to just guarantee it, because SY is really behind here. And things are really split up. We're going to see some mechs, they're going to go into the transport. You can get a lot in these, so you can get 10 things in these transports. I'd like to see some workers go with them and get that fortress too. I think trying to escort it around. It's like a campaign scenario. Sentry Post is going to see it, but it's more like, what can SY do about it right now? He's struggling on one command center, building A-mobiles to defend himself. Dropping a mech factory now, but I mean, you still got to build it then, make the units. Oh god, he got more frigates out. He did get the +2 upgrade, so he's technically got a bit of an advantage here, but one of them's not joined in. Trying to rely on the turret here. Does a little bit, but its rate of fire is not great. It's almost like half a frigate, really. See, Attack's trying to kill off these sentry posts. Mechs not being the most useful though, hitting the prefab shelters. Needs to get them in there. Already mech destroyer right though, because he's, as I say, it's taking a little bit too long there to get that aggression going. Double mech destroyer. So SY is kind of stable now. These are completely messing up. They're going to get shredded. Not really much armor. There's already at 3/4 health as well. Same with the strike mechs here. Great range and damage from these. Plus all their bonus damage. And fighters. I don't know what this is. This is just throwing your units away. There's no other way to call that. That's just hopefully intentional. Lets him get the fortress up, but still, like, it's completely unnecessary. Didn't need to take that trade. So his fort's up. I think he could have just built it in a more ambitious spot, like right here. Would have been nice because you hit the nursery. And there's like 10 nerfs in the nursery. It's a big disruption. And then it keeps the ore out, and it almost covers the Nova as well. The opponent's just got one Nova pile. Shield generator, power core. And being Confederacy, pretty good unit that can make you the Magna Guards. I'm pretty sure they do pump the mech destroyers. I think it's the strike mechs that they take a lot of damage from, but they probably do alright damage to them as well. They're quite tanky, these things, when they come out. I haven't had much experience with them though, unlike Raphael and probably Arnie. I've seen them abusing them quite a bit. The Magnagard enthusiasts. Me, I'm more of a build a fortress as Geonosians and kill your workers kind of guy. It's the only unique unit I care for. And 3 command centers, 2 mech destroyers pumping out these MDs, and you know, it's not like completely lost. Oh, I hear it, that Senate guard noise. It signals it's coming. I don't know what else he's trying to like hunt these down. Well, he's not looking. Try to get some kills on the fighters. What's up? Long time you react. A couple of troop centers, maybe to get the upgrades for these, because I believe they are like trooper upgrades. I must check. Where's the war center? Yeah, he's got these two. Look at it go though. Bam. Pretty fun and good unit. They kind of like smash workers as well. Like good sort of raiding tool. We'll see how it like fares if he gets a couple. He's doing that like attack thing that he does though, where he only makes like 1 to 2 of every unit in the game. I think this is probably the most I've actually seen him make a unit of, when it's boats. In air, of course. Where's the Magna Guards, man? I want to see like 5 of them. I want to see them run in and slap things. You get another fortress as well. So they wouldn't even feel bad because it's like your production for these like super cool OP unit. Like, run it in. I think they're so strong in this situation because like if I say like the strike mechs are okay against them, but like you probably have to like commit quite hard on the like I think the amount that you would have to invest in damage upgrades for like the strike mechs compared to you got to do for your Magna Guards for like durability is probably a lot more. Like the economic burden's going to be on the defending player there, I think. It's like 3 slaps, is it? Oh, just almost 4. Not too bad. He's got +3 damage. So maybe we can get some more armor upgrades. Gets quite a few of them. You could also like, because you're getting trooper upgrades, you can go and repeater troopers. You could go Mounties with this. I think Mounties are quite cool with them. Because they're gonna like be more tanky, but the Mounties like do pretty good damage. They're fast, they can get on top of these things. I think they've got like a little bit better of an ability to stay on top of like the strike mechs than the Magna Guards do, but I think together would be quite a potent combination. You can make them frontline for your repeaters, your grenadiers. You know, it's a pretty nice unit, all in all. It's a good addition. I'm a big fan of that, really. It makes sense as a unit for Confederacy. It makes them feel unique. But it benefits quite well from what their strengths are. A lot of boats here, but built by SY in the back. They're sort of stable-ish. I feel like the attack should have just won this game, like 20 minutes ago. The SY is like doing a good job just crawling back in, right? He's taking advantage of like, honestly, attack's apathy. Or lethargy, like, I don't know which it is. I mean, throwing the units away didn't help. I mean, he's T4, but there's not really any pressure to show from it. Like, there's no cannons, like, you know, hitting this nursery. Like, some cannons and some grenadiers here would be, like, super annoying to deal with for SY right now. It would make him trade his mechs that he doesn't really want to because he's trying to, like, spread his resources and keep rebuilding his economy. it has such enormous pressure because of the DPS of the cannons and the range of them as well. Like, he's going to start losing important things that he can't really replace as quickly. He makes it to T4. He's going to build his own fortress now. So I feel like SY is going to be the one that gets the blooming cannons out first here. You know, SY attacks be favouring going for artillery. Which he could have done that in T3 while he was, you know, scaling up here. And then he would just have to get the upgrade when he hit T4. See, that would have traded really well with the mechs in T3 as well. I think the game would be very different if he just like builds those right away, rather than go T4 so quickly. I just feel like he's never used the T4 appropriately. So attack has hit his artillery quota for the game. There's 4. I don't think we'll make any more, will we? Time to make a different unit. Obviously what he needs is like 10 or so of these with a heavy artillery upgrade. You know, they could be a raining tower. As I said, I knew the first cannon was going to be S-wise. And it started. And he's got a great front line as well. Like, look at this unit's just bog standard mech, which is great for Zan because that's what really scales well for them. And he's already built a lot of these war center upgrades. And he's just come back in this game now. Like, this is just gonna punish like building like all these different units that are not like, you know, fully invested in, not fully upgraded. Assault mech's gonna be super punishing here as well, like with this front line and the bonus damage it can put out. Now, he doesn't need to overcommit onto the fortress. He can get the cannons over here. I won't be surprised if there's a cruiser or something, a monitor. Yeah, he's going to start building boats now. Thinking they might rectify this situation. Does this just lose to the turret? 20? Oh, it might. Yeah, it's going to die, isn't it? This rate of fire is not good enough. My money's on the turret. Yeah. So the cannon's in here, doing a lot of damage. It's actually a risk of just losing his forward, and it's so much he's invested, right? And he's not taking anything. He's just started mining the ore here. It's not like he's like, you know, for 20 generations he's been stealing the ore from SY's people. It's, no. One fortress down. Second due as well. And the assault mech's going to be so... This is so nice, you know, when you can play a game and you can just build assault mechs. You know, and it like feels great to just like splash a little bit of Nova on that unit because you can protect it really well and its bonus damage is nuts. He's got all this terrain as well that you can position the units behind. Trying to do some desperate mounty raiding here. I'm not seeing like a single grenadier. Should be really good in this matchup. Three cannons now, huge DPS. Pretty sure I just heard another ship. I knew. It's just not even using the 2 shipyards you've got. What are you planning? Like, this situation's gonna look worse than like the Afghanistan withdrawal, man. He's going to lose so much resource, just abandon all this, and then it's just going to be boats. I don't think he's really done anything to SY's army either. And the cannons. Straight onto that power core. Workers are fleeing. Just make it into the transport. These guys have been left, abandoned. Out he goes. And yet, SY has reclaimed his homeland. Did he get any of these hollows? Got one. Don't think attack's gotten any. Does it have a temple? I'm just not gotten any. Right, SY is looking good now. Like, he's got decent upgrades for his mechs. He's got his homeland back. He's gonna get these holocrons. He's made it. He's made his economy to this point. He's feeling fine. He's killing this Colo clawfish with his mech destroyers slowly. Down it goes. He's got some boats up here. There's a little bit Nova he can grab. You know, he's freed his homeland. But attack can be as annoying as he wants to be now with boats. So this was all intentional, so attack could have more reason to build boats, but look how well they trade with the mechs here on the coast. That's a complete throwaway. $93 work at the economy is not great. Confederacy are not even like a boat civ. They're going to have none of the upgrades because a lot of the boat civs have upgrades that make them cost less resources, build quicker. Doesn't really get any of that. Grabbing hollows, but like SY could probably get across, and if he gets across, I don't think there's anything really here to defend attacks base. Like if he gets onto the mainland, it's pretty much GG, I think. He's built all these shipyards and not really built anything from them, and you would have thought he would have gotten like a great coastal force to make sure that this never happens. I mean, there's a cruiser hitting his units right now. Like, SY's got tons more boats with half the shipyards. A couple of monitors. I don't think monitors are the end. They're just going to die to the boats, right? And they're not like broken against units, but the units are not the problem right now. It's stopping the units getting across. That's the main issue. And these cruisers just slowly peppering away, killing off his houses. But it's okay because he's got 240. Is he making more? He's got 245 max population, but he's only at half of that. It's not a pressing issue. More ship. Yes, the answer is more shipyards. We need more shipyards. This OPC killer is turned against them as well. Try to kill his worker. It's surprising. Why is it aggroed on the land unit? Fix your game, RB. What's this? Is this the solution? When you don't want to make a frigate, you just put a worker on the coast, just out of range. Get it to aggro it, then you can just fish next to it. A bit of action. The Grenadier of the Sea. Oof. SY really playing into that by not splitting his units. But we got some frigates like it's a flank here in the river. Both angles getting hit by these frigates. Is this unit just broken? Does it do well against frigates as well? No. Although they're not doing a lot of damage to it, are they? That's the problem here. Nah, man. Nah. What's this armor? What's going on with this? 100 health as well. How expensive is it? I don't agree with these ships that like you can only kill them with a bloomin' destroyer. Other than cruisers, because then it's like, well, hit it with your own cruiser. What am I looking for? Monitor price. 120, 70? Don't know, that's strong. It's not a unit I think is like needed as well in terms of war. I don't agree with the concept that water should be able to like fight everything in the game. I don't mind it with air too much with the, like the attackers, because it's like you can make turrets as well, right? You don't have to like invest in the units to counter them. It's not like you've got like super anti-water turrets. I mean, you can put a lot of resources into turrets and they'll do some good damage, but at the end of the day, cruisers are going to be like hitting them from 2 miles away. I think it's fine that like land units can do well against boats. Boats are pretty accessible and abusive. But yeah, I don't like the armour of that monitor. Or whatever's going on there, if there's not like enough bonus damage being sent its way by the frigates, but I feel like they should be doing more damage than that. Yeah, I think if these units were just across... God, it is the Grenadier of the Sea, isn't it? A heavy monitor now. He gets that upgrade at least. A lot of damage there. Where's his assault mechs? Because they absolutely murder all this. Like, he just needs to bring them to the coastline. Also, you know, like one air transport and he's across, isn't he? There's no fighters anymore. There's no anti-air boats, there's no anti-air turrets or anything. I don't even need to go for a water transport. Again, just so many boats here for it. You should kill that power core while he's there. Good opportunity. But I mean, the frigates do not really do damage to the cruisers. It's cruisers do damage to cruisers. But like, cruisers are like super slow, right? So they make sense for like the destroyers, I suppose. Because like if you get caught, they're dead. They're just dead. The monitors look a bit more nimble. They're a bit more microwable and stuff. I feel like they should just take a bit more damage. Plus cruisers are they both T4? Yeah, it is T3 as well. Attackers. God damn, they did pretty good damage. Poor bombers, man. This used to be like bombers' job. It's maybe the same story though when they hit like cruisers and I guess the monitors, they do nothing. You know, they don't really do anything to the anti-air destroyers. Bombers still have a place. Just a little bit too expensive. Other candidates obviously are the assault mechs. Really help out in these fights. Air cruisers, you just attack ground. They're so good against boats. MDs do okay. And artillery does really well. Like really well. This problem is obviously just that it's slow and low mid-range. I think it would be fun to do against this is just like put the 5 assault mechs in a transport and just follow the units around. Just drop them and shoot them. Find someone's clump of boats. And slow death, like there's even a little control group over here I've not quite noticed on the minimap. But absolutely tunneled by those monitors. Oof. Some cool looking advanced fighters here from SY. See, SY just doing what he wants now. Attack's got so much money, but they're not really got anything to show for it. He keeps trying to make a crappy fleet on a non-boat sub. What he could have done is just make like 30 destroyers or something. That would do well. Because there's only like a finite amount of frigates. They're not even like fully upgraded. The frigate destroyer problem is like getting involved, right? It's like a melee charging like riflemen or something. Once they get on top of them, they're gonna do quite well against the bayonets. It's not looking good. No anti-air. Workers very exposed. Don't think SY really knows about bombers killing boats or something. SY with the offensive GG question mark. God damn, this rivalry's heating up after he kills all his workers here. Might as well have typed GG out. In capitals as well. It's even more obnoxious when the GG's in full caps. That's when it really stings. And the research center is about to fall. We still have a bit of a fleet here, but that's really it. It's almost like he's about to be exiled from his own lands and leave with his fleet. But there's not really any new world to go to. God, SY's even landed now in those cool assault mechs. Cool ass mechs are here. Double fortress. Attack being annoying with his fleet, but the mechs are watching him. These guys could be getting involved around the back as well. Cannons are here, those 4 cannons he built earlier, he's made them across. And the rest of these buildings, they're going to get down pretty quickly. And Attack's going to be pretty hard pressed to win any sort of base trade here. For how much because he showed up late. He was like 3 hours late to the base trade. And the Bad Navy final battle commences. Frigate's looking good though. I felt like they were doing okay there, but then there's like a secret mech destroyer and some strike mechs in there. Adding in some damage. So the problem with these fights, right, is you've got to like grab your cruisers and actually micro them onto the enemy cruisers. Because if you start hitting frigates with them, you're wasting like shots. Attack doing quite a bit better here. It's got a few destroyers running through, and those monitors have been soaking up hits as well. And I think he's got a lot more cruisers here as well. Some mech destroyers joining in the fight. This is not really all of SY's navy though, nor is it all of the supporting army. The little assault mechs are just walking through the base, unprotected. He's stolen the nerfs, going to put them in his own nursery now. Turn into like one of those wrestling I quit matches, you know. There's no pinfall, he's just gotta say I quit, I GG. Because it's looking pretty bleak. It's like his face is covered in blood. He's cleaning up the cannons here though. And the assault mechs, he's mildly alive, but at the back he's still got the other little navy here. Hitting important things. Look at how many workers have died around these houses. This dolphin looking interceptor. The mech destroyers do show up, clean this up a bit. Just running his holocrons away now. Slowly but surely. Build a new Night Sister temple. Equal upgrades. I lost his frigates there though. Oh, the strike mechs. Not bad, but there's so many of them, right? He's not got his last upgrade though. You could have an extra +2, I think. Should be quite helpful here. Again, not the right unit. Much better options. SY has actually ran out of carbon though. Well, we say that, but look at his hoard of carbon. It's more that he's mined out all the carbon that there ever was. He's good. He's out of Nova, but he's got his hollows. Can even get a new one over here. And sell some of his carbon too. Attack's certainly got a lot of resources, it's just because he's just not spending them though. And he lost a lot of his frigates there. Man. What's your win condition? There's only so much of SY's base you can hit from the coastline. God, look how fast they move in 3 times speed. Gosh, they were on fire at the back there. Riveting. Death and bounties. But yes, I am fed up with watching nothing. New game. Let's go. It's Ogre. Shrek's kicking down your door. It's almost like SY's committed to just killing this with the wrong units. I feel like you could probably run up and like minimum range them as well, these monitors, at the very least. And the cruisers, obviously. They've probably got like a really high minimum range. Oh dear. Oh, he's got some troopers though. He can hold for slightly longer. Where's the strike max, man? They're making strike max like all game. Make them now. Oh, some grands. I like the grands. Monitors being annoying. Just needs to like... It's like being bullied online, man. Just look away. Just move away from the coast. It's fine. Just forget about it. Move away. There we go. GG. Oh, he hits him with a capital. He's saying it's not a good game. Is that what he's saying there? That's what that means, right? When it's offensive, it's, you know, like saying it early in the capitals. That's a super obnoxious one. But when you say GG in the capitals, like back, you're saying it's not GG. I'm just saying this, you know. Game 3. Soon I will be free. SY has the Teal Rebel Alliance. Attack is the Blue Kazan Consortium, and it's another one of these water-themed maps, this time with a river running through, but a nice little sea to play with. So Attack is going to be in his element once again, but he's not a boat civ. And oh, he's still not a boat civ. Neither are a boat civ. I think Rebels are alright though, they get like advanced frigate now. I don't know if they always did. But it's pretty good. Flump, some nerfs. Just probably hammer off the super speed. Hollows. Are they ethical? So they're pretty unethical hollows, really. You play a bit of boat-centric rebels here. You got 2 close to you, then 2 on the islands. Unethical hollows, I think. Favouring SY once more. But he never really took advantage of them last game until like he played so ethically that he banished Attack from his base before he like got stuck into the holocrons. So Flump to munch on, 2 Flump for dinner, due back, a couple of EOPs, which you can either lure, or you could slam a nice food processor here if you wanted. There's some berries that you can food processor as well. Attack situation, missing 3 nerfs. Is this Gundark country? It's pretty mild Gundarks actually. Is that because of the difficulty? Oh wait, they keep telling me it doesn't affect them. It only affects their like range of vision. I still think it affects their spawning. I'll believe that till the day I go. The day I die. Either way, it's pretty mild Gundarks on this map. I feel like there should have been more on the islands. Like 10 per island, just to make it super annoying. Make you never want to play around the map. Can't stop here, it's Gundark country. By the way, I'm not seeing any antics as of yet. Double carbon processor, maybe that's why he's going to get stuck in the water this time. Like early. It's good though, I mean this one's pretty bad as well, maybe that forced his hand a little bit. Like, he can't really... Oh, he's missing 3 nerfs as well. How do they keep doing this? Wait, is that different 3 nerfs he's missing now? Is Gaia moving? Is this a new RVA edition? Do they move around now? Move into more hidden spots? Why is it always synchronized? Like, these are scripted games. First the dewbacks, now the nerfs. On to the Nova. There's Sentry Post. Oh, they've done a bit of walling. Oh, there's... Oh wait, no, that's not the one. You can't click it. It's just eye candy. It doesn't it's not real. It can't hurt your Nova income. None of them are real. Oh, there's the shipyard. Yeah, I think he might get on the whore with all those workers and carp. Attack as well. Of course he's there. He's always on the water, isn't he? Thinks he's a pirate. Will he make any units though? That's the question. A farm. Farm rather than trawlers. There's a trawler queued. And one from SY. SY maybe doing some scouting early with his first one though. He's looking for attacks. He wants to know. Gonna build the sensors. Sensor blade. And what does he learn? Not much, but his second one, absolutely, because he's on a collision course. Right in front of the shipyard of attack. He's going to see a lot here. Let's see power core, sees carbon. Oh, he doesn't quite see the carbon. Needs a bit more line of sight. Maybe if he gets that command center upgrade for the line of sight, be good. No frigate channel, there we go, queued up. Oh, one's out. Straight onto attack here, and this is going to be a bit worse for attack because, well, this one's unpowered. He's not quite T2. There's going to be 2 frigates out now. Last time, you know, SY sort of messed it up a little bit, but attack then had like 2, you know, powered shipyards to bounce back from. I'd probably try and run these workers over and get another turret or something, but I think SY's kind of just got him. He's moving these things. SY's got coverage everywhere. He sees everything. That. It's like attack like to run over here and build a new shipyard or something. He's gonna build a turret. I don't know why he bothers. I just don't feel like he can ever get back on the water now. It's doomed. You just T3 and you play land and get air. These workers are going to be so squishy when he gets air raided. if someone's playing from this position reasonably, like, you should never get back on a water at all. Even if you get this turret that covers mildly nothing, really. Because you're just so far behind. Like, this is enough to just one-tap anything that comes out. That's why you've just got to find another way to play. Like, you've messed up, and you've got to find another way to get back in, rather than trying to do the same thing. While also at a disadvantage. See, look at attacks economy, right? You can start T3. SY obviously can't. That's why this is just senseless. Pointless. You can just rush off to T3, get 2 air bases, get fighters out, and then try and bite back. And then you can maybe use those to like busk your opponent out here. Bounce them out the river. And then put some economic pressure on them, and then you can shipyard up after. You can drop like second command center, and then just, you know, like some shipyards and fish boom. A bit of a slow wait for the T3, wait for something to happen. But right now SY fully taking advantage of the war here. He's fishing away. It's going to be great for his economy. But it's taking a while for him to get going. You see, he's just now at that point that attack was when we last looked at attack. Just before he started the T3. He's got his buildings, he's away to hit the button now. Anxious to get up there. Attack hits T3. So we see one airbase. Just I feel like I see the second airbase right away from him. It's always very squandering of opportunities. No fighters queued up instantly either. There we go. Where's the second one though? Built Mech Destroyer instead. And then strike mech. Maybe he can get some mechs across, that'd be cool. This should just make a transport though. You could assume, you know, there won't be a mech factory. What would be a problem though is like defensive mounties. Maybe trying to go for the mechs. Because it's not just mechs, it's like mechs without armor and stuff. And he's not really, he just made a couple. It's... ASY is going to be such a good spot when he hits T3. Second airbase now, just late. Just need to choose one thing and do it properly. And then get some, you know, like, get a payoff from it, and then it can fund the other things you want to do. Instead of spreading yourself so thin. You can see SY is T3, and he's going to have a much better economy to then do, like, one of these things back, which is probably going to be air, right? He's already got the boats. There's some fighters coming across, he's trying to get his airbase up. There's already some anti-air troopers, he's got his advanced anti-air already, and that, you know, one volley and that fighter's gone instantly. He's got great vision as well, he's going to see any raid coming his way. Either with his units out in the water, with his sensor boys, his sentry posts over here. This is going to be such a great spot to be in. Oh, and he finds his nerfs as well. Oh, looks like attack found his a while ago. More fighters, even got like anti-air boats out now. I really messed this one up. Transport, he's going to go for hollows? What's he got the transport for? Maybe he wants to get on the islands? It's interesting. He's trying to sneak around, you know, like SY sees all. That's what SY stands for. CU. It's the CU clan. I sit there and hope he forgot about him. There's already a turret here, troopers here. What is this transport for? I haven't used it yet. There's a temple now. It must be for the Pada. I haven't seen the one on the islands though. Oof. shipyards are getting killed off by these frigates. Missed a flump. Missed a flump. Does he know about these? Oh, he sees this one. Okay. I thought I checked a minute ago. I couldn't see them. Couple of CCs, just looking good. Honestly, been pretty forgiving here to attack. Like, yeah, that's why I could have really had a lot of fighters out just by his economic lead. But he's just playing for the boom just to get even further ahead. Very conservative and safe, passive. It kind of works to his advantage because I don't feel like attack's like taking advantage of it too much. Only one command center here. He could like just go for a massive boom, but he's built all these turrets and stuff. He built another turret, like another light turret. Then just swiped a holocron from attack side as well. Rough. Helpless to see all this Nova come SY's way. And it's not like attack has the map control either, because he could at very least, you know, like let him have all the hollows, but he's got the islands. It's going to be a pretty rough game playing against like a hollow, or like a Nova-centric civ, like Rebel Alliance. And they've got all this like unlimited Nova coming their way. So no answer to Jedi, other than like the usual strike mech, bounty hunter, troopers, etc. So, you know, SY could definitely make use of Jedi in this matchup very well. Which is, that's like when Rebel Alliance are going to feel their strongest is when they can make use of Jedi as well. Because everything else they got good going is pretty good. Like got really strong air, really strong troopers. You add the Jedi on top of that, then that's when they're feeling pretty damn strong. And then they got speeders as well for Zan and their mech-centric composition. That means no assault mechs really for the Zan though. When you can play with Jedi without impunity, like. They do at the very least though have super strong strike mechs. Like that extra damage on them. Great against the Jedi, and you know they're absolutely going to hammer the troopers. But I do rate the rebels' chances in that setup when you've got all that Nova. Because ordinarily you'd be weighing your food and carbon against their Nova supply, but if the Nova supply is infinite, then yeah, you don't really have like a timer. Dropping his workers now, you can get like a command center stuck in here. Look at all those Nova piles and nice bit of ore as well. Good spot for a fortress to build speeders from. And yeah. What are you gonna do here? Don't know what attack's planning with the spaceport he's built on the edge here. Waiting for a teammate to spawn in so he can trade with them. Maybe he'll start trading across the map, you know, to his opponent. Another holocron grabbed. Attack hits T4 just before SY. Maybe give him a bit of an opportunity to set up anti-air. Feels safe in that regard. Not really taking advantage of that though. SY has gone up to 4 air bases, and is that 5th as well? I wouldn't mind seeing him just like skip the whole air raiding at this point and go straight into like attackers or something. Or straight into interceptors would be nice. This would be like a bad one for like interceptors and some like ACs. Just hanging out here in the water. You can use some of your boats to support them as well. He's got his great vision. Start picking things apart. You could dump some Jedi on this island and use them to convert things. And you could also just try and get some Jedi across at the edges and run in and convert things in the base. Okay, this one has got 4 holocrons. Not quite, has he not seen this one? No. That's the 5th one that's evading him. Some fast fighters moving across. We've still got anti-air turrets though. I don't see any batteries either. A lot of players not really gone into the batteries too much. They're quite strong against these low air raids. I think in this instance you would just get advanced turrets though. He's got some interceptors. Which, see how well that's worked. You're gonna need them against this Civ anyway. Like, you should just absolutely have gotten the advanced turrets, I think. He is going to clean this up. This was quite a conservative amount of air from SY though. He's got full upgrades. He could have like had a lot more. I mean, he went up to 5 airbase, right? Is that 7 airbase now? Like, you can pump out a lot more fighters than that. You're going to need advanced turrets. That's got to be a signal to attack here. He's got to be thinking that, surely. He can afford it, he just needs to buy 100 ore. 420 ore, blaze it. But no upgrade queued. Like, just like they're marching in, you know? Like, each new cycle of production is popping over to raid them. Just seems so silly to invite so much pressure for free. It's when you're already giga behind. The most inaccessible ore. We have seen worse though. And this one's got to be feeling pretty smug. Feeling pretty cool, calm in this game. There's 4 holocrons. He's certainly making use of that Nova. I mean, he's still got 2 piles at home to mine. He's got 1 up here. He's got the 4 here. He's only munching 1. So much ore as well. 2,000. And more interceptors. Like, what is this? Why not just upgrade the turrets? This is like stubbornness. Surely you're getting it now. No? Really? I don't know what to say, like, it's just weird not to just upgrade them. You've got so many as well. Great coverage. And that's why I'm just sieging his base down now, the cruisers. And he's got no recourse because he's not been able to develop any like army composition because of this, because he's just overcommitting his resources to clear. Was that an attacker? Overcommitting his resources to clearing up these fighters. These fighters that cost absolutely nothing for SY. Like, they're basically guaranteed for free. Like, and they're getting their absolute weight in gold here. Killing off these workers, disrupting the economy. Like, look at what's going on here. There's almost a workers' strike going on. A few of them doing nothing, watching the other guys demonstrate. And the cruiser is slowly killing off that infrastructure. Attack looks completely broke, and it seems like a bit of an anticlimactic one, I must say. I think the other two have been a lot better. This game's just been like blunder after blunder. Oh, he's finally gotten the advanced turrets now, but like it's so late now, right? You're gonna need them anyway. It's just like something that you should like have guaranteed you're gonna be buying against Rebel Alliance. I mean, some of their best units are just air. They have the most diverse air as well. Like the unique units air.
Keep your eyes open. Give me a target.
An assault mech. Do some okay damage, but it's gonna get outranged by the cruisers here. Okay, there's no speeders. A bit of damage there. He's not hitting it though with the I think the cruisers do not bad damage to these, he just needs to focus it. He's moving around, he's microing. Might need to attack ground. Oof, you see what happens when they connect, right? Down it goes. Power core looking juicy. Not really anything else going on. Like no little counter attack or a little forward or anything like that. Just game's firmly in SY's control all game. Starting to see that Nova bank up as well. Getting concentration now. Getting all those upgrades for his Jedi. Perception, see those invisible units. Attack trying to get a new command center down here, grab up that Nova. Zor workers all very exposed to these fighters. And the Gundark who told the rebels about where they were. Many dead. Some more ship. Classic attack here. He walled himself out as well. There we go. You get through just barely. I wonder what the answer. Let's get some boats. Yeah, that'll show. I get swiftly bopped away. And these slow rebel cruisers are marching. All these transports, is he just filling? He's got two Battlegrounds. Cruiser on frigate action here. You can see how quickly the fighters are going to kill these. Bam. You can just clear up all these anti-air turrets. It's got nothing on the ground to support them. I think all you had to do was get like a ball of mechs together and maybe some artillery or something like that. Keep SY off coastlines. Like SY should have been pushed into like having to go masters and things a lot quicker. And I feel if Attack had done that with his units, he'd be able to like guarantee, you know, like his air defenses on the coastlines, good fallback points. And it could be sort of testing SY's ability to deal with like ground forces pushing through. Because this is, I mean, this is some light wall. You could have been pushing here, forcing SY to get more things. That would have opened them up quite a bit. And right now as well, if you made some destroyers, you could kill all these. Just making frigates. Especially where the fighters are not with them. I think he's just thrown away a lot of his fighters, he's just had to rebuild some. So that was a bit of a gap where these were very vulnerable. And we've got the masters with their knight apprentices here. Heading in. We know what they're all about, right? They'll be going for that power core, converting it, converting the buildings. These would be great for rebels if you get them. You could make some troopers out of them. The knights could be styling and just converting the troopers right now. Oh yeah, there we go. That's another. That's basically the offensive GG right here. Converting the troopers. And now raiding the workers. And oof. Only one got out of that one. They had two in it. I mean, that's 4 masters in his base, and he doesn't really have anything to deal with them. Advanced turret's going to get converted now, and attack going to be forced to GG here. And that's going to be the end of it. As I said, a little bit anticlimactic, but pretty well played from SY really though. He's made sure he's kept all his advantages all game. And if you like the content, please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you'd like. And if you want to get involved with these types of games, you find our GPG server invite down below. You find one for the Expanding Fronts mod. You find a link for Vuble.com. That's like the MSN Gaming Zone emulator thing that we play these online on. And you'll find a link down below if you want to support the channel another way. There's a PayPal link for donations. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.